It's kind of funny, isn't it? This is the last Raw before Elimination Chamber. The last Raw under the kind of old WWE pay-per-view business model. So I wasn't sure if they were going to sit there and say, hell, we don't really care about this week's Raw. We're focused on next week when we've got some people coming back. We're going to be launching the WWE Network. That's what we're really going to care about. Or were they really going to try and go full bore with this week's show and get everybody one last time to fork over the 55 or whatever the hell dollars for Elimination Chamber? I was wondering which direction they were going to go. It kind of felt like to me they broke even a little bit with this week's show. There was definitely some really good stuff here, and actually the way the show kicked off I thought was pretty damn good itself. You know, yeah, it started off with John Cena, and that was lame as shit. But you've got each of the 6 Elimination Chamber match participants coming out and staking their claim as to why they're going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Sunday at Elimination Chamber. Not anything that's earth-shattering, not anything that's reinventing the wheel, but you don't need to. It's fine. It ties into the pay-per-view. You got a bunch of different matches set up for the Raw show based off of this opening segment. It's an effective segment. And it didn't go 20 damn minutes, and it wasn't Triple H and Stephanie hogging the spotlight. So, again, no real complaints with it at all. Actually, a pretty solid start for Raw this week.
This is what it's come to.
It's not good now.
This is off the rope show now.
This is, honestly, is this all that he does for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes sometimes? It's just,
Yeah. Where's the characters?
Where's the fun? There's no fun in this.
No, something's got to change.
Are
you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, if we can wake Mark up, I mean, this dribble has already knocked him out.
Yeah, it has. Let's go do that.
They must look at him and be like, well, CM Punk quit like a blind bitch. We're going to take it off on Dolph Ziggler's phone bitch.
I didn't realize how incredibly easy it became for grown men to access Mr. Route's bedroom. I also realize now that since I left Iowa in July, that Mr. Route and Metal D have kept up their time-honored tradition of eating a bunch of fatty foods, sitting on their asses, and getting fat. Congratulations, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. However, they're right. I can't believe what's happened to OTRS Central. I can't believe what's happened to the old Off the Rope show. We used to be fun. Used to be different than everybody else, and all of a sudden now I've just become the same as everybody else, going that's a bunch of boring, non-charismatic bullshit that looks just like everyone else and lacks any and all elements of uniqueness, and that must change, and that must stop right now. Time to have some fun talking about professional wrestling again. It's time to make it fun for you guys out there, even if you don't realize it's fun. At least not yet. But you will. But you will. And speaking of fun for a lot of you, that equates to 2 words. No, not CM Punk. Fuck him. He quit. Daniel Bryan. And I feel like I'm not properly qualified to talk about Daniel Bryan and the fact that so many of you, I'm sure, were excited as hell to have him see not 1, but 2 matches on this week's Raw. So I'm introducing a new member of the OTRS Central crew. His name is Mark S. Smart. And he is an internet wrestling fan that loves Daniel Bryan, talking about backstage politics, talking about work rate, and all guys on the indie scene, and all guys that the internet loves. Take it away, Marcus Smart.
That is right, Schleg Daddy. Mark is smart here to talk about the greatness that is Daniel fucking Bryan, the most over performer in the WWE today, and perhaps the most over performer in the company since Stone Cold Steve Austin. The proof is in the pudding. Yes, yes, yes. And let me tell you something, Schleg Daddy, and all of you that don't believe. It should just be 3 hours of nothing but Daniel Bryan. What a great and awesome start to this show. He came out and he saved the opening segment. And then he had a phenomenal 5-star classic television match against Christian. And Christian turned heel. And it bonus. Oh my god, this was fucking incredible. But of course Daniel Bryan would win. And then he was expected, because only Daniel Bryan could do something so epic and legendary, to go on and immediately face Kane afterwards. Who was the brain fart that decided that this was going to be a good idea? And of course, Kane would have to resort to some pussy fart logic and some pussy fart tactics in order to try and take out the king, because Daniel Bryan is the American Dragon. He is Bryan Danielson. He's a stud because he once had to be vegan in order to keep wrestling. My God, this guy is a freaking stud, I tell you. And what he's going to do, he's going to go on Sunday to Elimination Chamber. He's going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to stop him. Because why? Because Daniel Bryan is the best motherfucker wrestler in the world.
Oh my God, I can't take it. Roman Reigns is such a stud. Oh, he gave Mark Henry the old onesies, twosies, and let him know who the real future of the WWE is. I know Smokey would be upset at this, but you know what? He left me in charge of the deuces and fours. And it's a new day, and it's a new direction. And Roman Reigns is the man. Oh, he's such a hunk. I want him to pull my ears and grab my tail. I want to have his puppies. He's so muscular with the baby oil strewn all over his body and his long hair and his muscles. Oh, God. You just want to knock me the fuck out. Roman Reigns is going to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion sooner rather than later. Hell yeah, bitches.
Summer sure loves her some Roman Reigns, and I'm sure Smokey wouldn't have been 100% pleased about Mark Henry having to be the one to put Roman Reigns over like that. But Smokey was always a cat that understood the pulse of what needed to happen before everybody else did, let's face it. So he probably would have been on board with it. What he really would have been on board with, I'm sure, just like I was after this match, they tease Ambrose and Reigns having this animosity. They continue this with Ambrose attacking Henry outside, and Reigns is like, what the hell are you doing? I already beat him. You don't need to do that. And then you get the talk-off between the Shield and the Wyatt family. And then the Wyatt family comes out and they confront the Shield and they have this great face-off. I know what my reaction was. I thought it was pretty damn cool. I can only imagine what the rest of the internet's reaction was to this. And I know Marcus Smart is in tune with what the internet community was talking about with this.
I just got done arguing with Creature of the Night on the Wrestling Inc. forums about how Daniel Bryan is 10 times better than that loser AJ Styles, even though AJ Styles is also awesome too. But then I went to lordsofpain.net and I was talking about how much I love the Shield and the Wyatt family, but then the WWE decided to be those cruel maidens and those dictators, and they decided they were going to give me the Shield and the Wyatt family face to face. Oh my God, I was that close to busting one of my short pants. Oh my God, I can't take it. That's it, WWE. You win. You win. I'm going to stream your pay-per-view on Sunday, by God, no matter what anybody tells me, because you've earned that right to get no money from me to watch this great match happen. I can't wait. Oh my God, the Shield versus the Wyatt family. The only thing that could possibly make this better is if Daniel Bryan was involved in the match too, because he's the best motherfucker wrestler in the world.
What I really like about Antonio Cesaro is his ability to go out there and make the most out of the time he's given, the opportunities that he's given, and try and make himself a star. I absolutely love that about him. And I love his physical style in the ring. It's something different, a little refreshing to me for the WWE. And it's still, the WWE is going to have to wake up, and hopefully matches like this with Cesaro and Cena will get the freaking office people in the WWE to realize that the fans don't want to boo Antonio Cesaro. They want to cheer Antonio Cesaro because they like Antonio Cesaro because he's something different and he's really damn good at what he does. And he really busts his ass. This match was really damn good. Obviously the match of the night. Obviously, to me, a pay-per-view quality match, primarily because of the performance, again, of Antonio Cesaro. 2014 should, in theory, be a really good year for Antonio Cesaro, even though, don't hold your breath, we're talking about the WWE here. Now, this is the same Antonio Cesaro, mind you, that last week beat Randall Keith Orton on SmackDown. He turns around here and he fucking loses to John Cena, the same guy who can't beat Randy Orton, the same guy that even Randy Orton himself reminded you early in the night when it mattered John Cena couldn't beat him. He can't beat him. So Cesaro beats the WWE World Heavyweight Champion clean on SmackDown, and he can't beat fucking Cena, the guy who can't beat the World Heavyweight Champion. How fucking stupid is this? And don't give me this garbage about, oh, this match made Cesaro a star. People already knew how good Cesaro was. You might argue it raised his profile just a little bit, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it's ultimately the same old shit. A young guy trying to get himself over, does 90% of the damn work, makes himself look like $1 million damn bucks, and John Cena is just along for the ride, and then bam, AA, 1, 2, 3, and the match is over, Cena wins, and half the crowd farts. That's exactly what it is. We farted at it. And you know why we fart at it? Because we know goddamn good and well, and I hope none of you are naive enough to believe this hot garbage that is spewed by some, sitting there saying, oh, this is a star-making moment. It doesn't matter if Cesaro won or lost. Ultimately, you wrestle the matches. Wins, losses are supposed to be, in theory, the most important thing. And don't tell me that Cena doesn't have ultimate creative control over his damn character, because he does, and we know this. We know this because we can see it on a daily fucking basis with the WWE. How could John Cena or Vince McMahon or Triple H or somebody with a damn brain in the WWE not realize that it might be good for business with this guy getting over here and having already been booked to beat the WWE World Heavyweight Champion to create some additional intrigue for the damn pay-per-view on Sunday by having Cesaro beat the real face of the WWE, John Cena, 100% clean. But we just couldn't do that, could we? It's AA 1, 2, 3. Your time is up. My time is now. Hot garbage. Fuck this company. And don't sit there and tell me, oh, this is going to launch Cesaro off to big things. There's no guarantee of that. Ask Dolph Ziggler what it's like to work great matches with John Cena. Ask Damian Sandow what it's like to work big star-making matches with John Cena. How did that go for them? Exactly. You got nothing. Nothing. It just makes me sick when the WWE tries to sit here and celebrate Black History Month like it's a cause they believe in. Oh, bullshit. Like, look at the video package for Ron Simmons. It's a great video package showing you how WCW, a company once based out of Atlanta, Georgia, the dirty South, where Jim Crow segregation used to be the law of the land, state-sanctioned racism, mind you. They once made him their world heavyweight champion. The WWE saw this guy, this former All-American from Florida State, former WCW world heavyweight champion, and decided to give him a gimmick with a Spartan helmet on his damn head. Never made him world champion. If anything, it served to piss me off more than anything else. It's good to see somebody like a Titus O'Neil getting a shot. I'm happy to see that. But, you know, I just sit there and I wonder how long is it going to last. And I really liked his promo, man. You know, he went over the top. He was trying to make himself stand out. I am going to get behind Titus O'Neil because I want this guy to get over and I want this gimmick to work. I think he's going against the grain as a heel. I think he's miscast. I think he needs to be a babyface. But, hey, it is what it is. I am going to get behind Titus O'Neil, probably more so than the WWE will in 2 or 3 damn weeks. But then you get other things. You get like Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston. The same Kofi Kingston that not too long ago beat your WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton clean in the middle of the ring. Now you have chose to follow up that by having him lose to freaking Jack Swagger, who's not even the best wrestler in his damn tag team. What a joke and what a disgrace. I shouldn't be that surprised when it comes to the WWE. And then you got Big E Langston, or excuse me, Big E now, versus the two-man band of McIntyre and Mahal. And then you've got Zeb Coulter sitting there during this match. He's trying to trash talk Big E and get in his head, talk about how Swagger's going to beat him for the IC title on Sunday. And Zeb's going along those lines of, you know, going with those old stereotypes of how black guys aren't that smart and they can't pass tests. Hey, Zeb, look over to Jack Swagger. You want to talk about somebody not passing a test? When's the last time he passed a marijuana test or a sobriety test? Let's be realistic here. I'm tired of people sitting there and using these type of dumb, stupid-ass stereotypes. It's ridiculous. The only person that, to me, is really perpetuating any stereotypes that have any truths are Zeb Coulter in the way that so many millions of white Americans view people of color in this country. Give me a fucking break. WWE, I appreciate you having Jimmy Uso beat the Road Dogg last week on SmackDown. I appreciate you having Jey Uso beat Badass Billy Gunn here on Raw this week. And I appreciate the position you're putting the Usos in. I appreciate the fact you brought back the New Age Outlaws and they're having the last run as tag team champions. I appreciate all of that. But what I would really appreciate above all else, if you do one simple thing for me, is that you don't have the Usos win the tag straps at Elimination Chamber Sunday. For everybody involved, for the Usos, for the New Age Outlaws, for the WWE, for the fans, for everybody involved, it is better off if that happens at WrestleMania. What better way to cement the Usos as the face of your tag team division for here and in the future than to have the right guys, the New Age Outlaws, go into WrestleMania as marquee tag team champions, as a bit of an attraction still themselves, and have them put over the Usos on your biggest show of the year. That's when it must happen, that's when it needs to happen, and everybody, and I emphasize again, everybody involved can appreciate that. Don't rush. Don't do it at Elimination Chamber. It will mean so much more if you find a way to wait for that big moment to happen at WrestleMania 30. I promise you.
Hello, everyone out there. My name is the Blue Borton, and I am the IWC's #1 fan of the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randall Keith Orton. Yay, yay. Now, I understand that a Randall Keith Orton hater named Chase Oliver was bashing Sheamus and Randy Orton on Twitter. He said that these guys have never had a good match. Well, just like your parents, who apparently were a bad match when they made you. Let me assure you that this match was as good as all the rest. Yay! Randy Orton is the greatest in WWE today. He is the true face of the company. No matter what any of you haters say, he will go on Sunday to Elimination Chamber, and he will establish himself as the true king of the WWE. Yay, yay.
I really actually liked Raw this week, and I liked how it tried to touch on just about everything involving the pay-per-view on Sunday. That's what a go-home show should be about, in my opinion. And the finish to this show was really damn strong. Every once in a while, it's okay to have that Crash TV type of element to give you a real shocking, big surprise, exciting finish to ramp you up for the pay-per-view on Sunday. That's how it should be. I was surprised they gave you a little bit of the Shield and the Wyatt family, but they gave you so little of it, it still got you wanting more, more, more. So I thought it was a really good Raw this week, and like I said, did a good job of building up the excitement for Elimination Chamber. I just wonder what the rest of the internet's reaction was to the Shield and the Wyatt family finally touching.
Oh my god, the Shield and the Wyatt family, they touched. What a phenomenal fucking finish to Raw. That makes me want to do things. Let me check. Paper towels. Check. Dial Nutriskin replenishing lotion, sensitive skin formula, hand lotion. Check. Apply liberally to your hands. Check. Insert into the crotch region. Check. Oh, and let's go.